You're going to wake up one day and realize you wasted 20 years of your life. And by then, it might be too late to do anything about it. The person you could have become will remain a stranger, and the life you could have lived will become nothing more than a painful what-if that haunts your thoughts every single night. Right now, as you're watching this video, there's a version of you living in a parallel universe who made different choices. That version of you took action when you hesitated. That version of you pushed through fear when you gave up. That version of you is living the exact life you dream about, while you're still stuck scrolling through social media, making excuses, and telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. But here's what nobody wants to admit out loud. Tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is the most expensive word in the human language because it costs you everything you could have achieved today. And every single day you choose tomorrow over today, you're choosing comfort over growth, safety over success, and mediocrity over the extraordinary life that's waiting for you. The problem isn't that you don't know what you want. The problem isn't that you don't have the skills or the resources or the connections. The real problem is that you've become addicted to the safety of your comfort zone, and that addiction is slowly killing your dreams one day at a time. Think about where you were exactly 1 year ago today. What were your goals? What did you promise yourself you would accomplish? What changes were you going to make? Now look at where you are right now. Are you living that life you imagined? Are you even close? Or are you sitting in the exact same place, dealing with the exact same problems, making the exact same excuses you made 365 days ago? This isn't about motivation. Motivation is temporary. Motivation is what gets you excited for 3 days before you go back to your old patterns. This is about something much deeper. This is about the fact that you're living below your potential, and deep down, you know it. You feel it every time you look in the mirror. You feel it every time someone asks you what you do for a living. You feel it every time someone else living the life you know you're capable of living. The human mind is designed to keep you safe, not to make you successful. Your brain doesn't care about your dreams or your goals or your potential. Your brain cares about keeping you alive, and it thinks the safest way to do that is to keep you exactly where you are right now. That's why change feels so terrifying. That's why taking action feels so impossible. Your own mind is working against you, convincing you that staying where you are is better than risking failure or disappointment or rejection. But here's what your brain doesn't understand. The biggest risk isn't failure. The biggest risk is success that never happens. The biggest risk is talent that goes unused. The biggest risk is potential that dies with you. Because when you're lying on your deathbed, you're not going to regret the things you tried and failed at. You're going to regret the things you never tried at all. Every single day, you have a choice. You can choose to be the person who talks about changing their life, or you can choose to be the person who actually changes their life. You can choose to be the person who makes excuses, or you can choose to be the person who makes progress. You can choose to be the person who waits for the perfect moment, or you can choose to be the person who creates perfect moments through imperfect action. The life you want doesn't require you to be perfect. The life you want doesn't require you to have all the answers. The life you want doesn't require you to be ready. The life you want requires you to start. It requires you to take one step, even when you can't see the entire staircase. It requires you to move forward, even when you're scared. It requires you to act, even when you don't feel like it. Right now, there are people who started with less than you have, who came from worse circumstances than yours, who had fewer advantages than you do, and they're living extraordinary lives because they decided to stop making excuses and start making moves. They decided that their dreams were more important than their fears. They decided that their potential was more valuable than their comfort zone. The difference between successful people and everyone else isn't talent or luck or connections or money. The difference is that successful people have developed the ability to do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. They've learned to take action when action feels impossible. They've learned to persist when persistence feels pointless. They've learned to believe in themselves when everyone else doubts.